Okay, we're gonna make some Bukhara style dal makhani or maki dal, whatever you want to call it. We start off with some kali dal. I've only just rinsed it once. This needs 3 or 4 more rinses, and then we're going to let it soak. And as we're rinsing it, we're going to kind of scrub the dal a little bit just to get rid of all the dirt, etc. This is just our second rinse, but we're going to clean the dal. So usually it needs to be scrubbed down. So use 2 hands and kind of mellow it between your hands like that.
Okay.
And you'll notice with every rinse, the amount of mitti in the pani just gets less and less, and then eventually you'll reach a point where the water is clear. So it'll take overall 4 or 5, maybe 6 rinses by the time it's done. So we'll just do this a few times, and then I'll show you how it looks after that.
So what are you doing? Just removing the dirt here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just sort of massage it together. As they rub together,
Yeah.
they kind of release the whatever dirt is.
Yeah, it's looking dirty, you know, water.
It's quite dirty, yeah. And you'll see that after we've scrubbed it and let it soak for some time, you'll see that actually the kali dal is not kali. It has a myriad of colors. So we'll see that soon.
So that's what rinse number 3, 4?
This is number 3.
Yeah,
Maybe a few more. I'm going to scrub it some more.
Okay.
It's actually had 4 or 5 rinses, but like scrubbing rinse, this is going to be the third one. If you come in close, you will see that the colors are already starting to kind of show up.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like all black. There's sort of various colors, but they're kind of dark, so it looks black.
Very nice.
So when it comes to soaking it, I'm going to soak it kind of in a warmer water, because I want the dal to absorb a little bit of water before I start cooking it.
Why not just stick it in the pressure cooker?
We can, but we'll kind of let it do a little bit of a boil for some time without pressure, because we want the whole dal to soften kind of evenly. And the way these lentils are is that the inside is softer than the actual shell. And so if you just dump them straight in the pressure cooker and cooking at high speed, the inside cooks faster and the shell doesn't cook as fast, so they kind of get separated and you get a very different texture.
That's true, eh?
So
Yeah,
if you
that's
want
right.
like a smooth, even texture, you have to, usually they like to do a slow cook, low flame cook overnight, let it cook for 8 or 10, 12 hours, and that's the reason that you won't get that same smooth texture if you don't cook it over a low flame over a period of time. We don't really always have the luxury to do that. So we use a pressure cooker, but before we put it in the pressure cooker, it's a good idea to give it 1 or 2 hours of
Soaking time, huh?
not just soaking time, but also after you soaked it, cook it for 1 or 2 hours.
This is not fast food, that's for sure, huh?
No, I'm going to soak it in warm water.
That's why it's good.
That's why it's good stuff. Slow food is better than fast food.
Slow food is better than fast food, no doubt. It's all clear now.
So you can see now it's clear.
Yeah.
And you can see some colors there. These colors will actually become more prominent as you as it soaks for an hour or 2.
All right, so now it's gonna soak?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'll just put it here. I'll kind of leave it in the sun actually.
Sure, okay.
So as this dal continues to soak, slowly there will be a layer of kind of a foamy, scummy thing that develops. And so we're going to get rid of that kind of foam and not use that in the cooking. So you have to be sure to rinse that out and then only use the dal without all that foam and scummy thing. So let's take a look at the dal. This has now been soaking for just over an hour, and I have rinsed it once and changed the water, and it's looking really good. You can see the colors have totally changed from like a black dal to so many different colors. Okay, we've added the dal in this pressure cooker, and with a little bit of oil and we're going to just let it boil for some time, and then if there's a little bit of that foamy scum, we're going to rinse that out, add fresh water, and then let it continue cooking after that. So that's what the dal is looking like, just getting going. This is not हाँ जी
कौन सा ग्राइंडर जिसमें ग्राइंड करते हो?
मैं तो एक तो वीटामिक्स है ना, और दूसरा निंजा वाला
अच्छा
उल्टा जो होता है. So that's not this is not a scummy foamy thing. That's just some of the oil that we put in that has kind of risen to the top, but we'll just keep an eye on it. I use cold water, so it'll take time for it to start boiling. It's just getting started right now. So the dal is cooking inside this. It's been on there for quite some time. I think maybe 20 minutes to half an hour, and I haven't heard any whistles. It seems to just. I think you can see this kind of steam escaping. So it's really not doing a whistle. I'm getting worried that it might burn. I've turned the stove down quite a bit. Maybe I'll just actually shut it off completely and let it stay under pressure until it cools off enough to not have any compressed steam anymore. So we opened up the dal pressure cooker. You can kind of see what it looks like. I've got a little bit taken out over here, and you can get an idea of what the consistency of this thing is like. You can get crushed very easily. It's a good idea to kind of taste it as well, because this is a good opportunity for you to see what the taste is like, and also get an idea of the softness, how much the dal is dissolved. Still has a long way to go. So softness is absolutely perfect. We're gonna now get on to the tadka. This is the pot, waiting for the ghee. Okay, the ghee is in. We're going to do the tadka. We made tadka in ghee, which is really the best thing to be doing your cooking in, as far as from a health standpoint is concerned. So we're going to make this is like garlic, ginger, and lal mirch. So I'm going to make a paste of this. This is for the dal, and this will go into the tadka with a little bit of ghee, and then we'll also add some powdered red chili powder, preferably Kashmiri lal mirch or something like that. But if not, we'll try to look for paprika, use that. The Bukhara dal is actually a very simple dal, mostly just kali dal, but made in an extremely slow, overnight, low flame, over actual coals as opposed to gas. So it's almost like a slow cooked village dal. It's that kind of thing. And so we're not actually making a Bukhara style maki dal. We're going to make a little more of a Punjabi style maki dal. And so maki dal in this case will have some more spices. We're going to put hing. We're going to put some dhania powder and a few other things, which typically don't go into the Bukhara dal. And of course, we're going to have Daal Daal Makhani and maybe a little bit of cream as well. So it will be a little bit more rich and a little bit more creamy than the Bukhara dal. Okay, we've added the ginger garlic paste. The blender actually wasn't doing a very good job, the food processor, etc. So we had to add a little bit of water, and so it's very watery right now. It should have been a much thicker consistency, but that's not a problem. We'll just have to give it a little longer for the water to evaporate and everything to cook out evenly. And then after we get a little further along, we're going to add some paprika. And then next after that, we're going to add, supposed to be a tomato puree, but it's not going to be a tomato puree, it'll be a tomato paste, a little bit liquefied because we don't have, we're short on tomatoes today. So we'll use tomato paste and add some water, blend it up, liquefy it, make it like a puree. Ginger, garlic, and dal mirch blended together is because of the water. You see so much of the bubbling water evaporating also produces a nice color. So that there is the paprika. Probably added it a little too soon. I figure it's nice and liquidy right now, so it has a better chance of not burning as you cook it. Only time will tell if it's right or wrong. So then we will also add the tomato puree. Quick, we'll just cook this stuff a little bit more before we do that. I'm going to make sure that there isn't any raw garlic or raw ginger taste. The whole idea is for the taste to be so blended together that you get to enjoy the overall effect of the dal, Daal Makhani. Not Makhani, sorry, Daal Makhani. So you can see now that the ghee is starting to get released. There's not much water left in here. So next we're going to go ahead and add the tomato puree. So there we go. I've seen in certain videos, recipes by professional chefs, they seem to put a little bit more. I really don't want the flavor to be too tomatoey, and I'm also a bit uncertain about that tomato paste, how concentrated it was, how much of a tomato taste is going to produce. I don't even know what are all the other ingredients they added to the tomato paste can. So I don't want the flavor to change too much, so I kept a little bit on both sides. And now we let this cook. We'll add some spices. And then once that is done, we're gonna add the dal and cook the dal in this tadka. Okay, so the dal has now been added to the tadka. And I forgot to record a couple of steps. In the final stage of the tadka, I don't know why I did this, I added a little bit of kasuji methi and a little bit of garam masala. I needed jeera powder, but I didn't have that. I just thought, so let's see what the flavor turns out like. And I've actually tried it. It's really good. So I don't really have any regrets. Just a little bit. And so now this is going to sort of slow cook, simmer cook for about another hour or so before we add, I don't think it needs any more butter, but we will add some cream. In the meantime, as I said, we're just going to let it simmer. So the dal, you still got it on a low simmer. Let it keep processing slowly. I am going to give it a little bit of a taste. See how it is. You can see the texture of the dal is just beautiful. Not everybody adds dhania for garnish. I like to have a little bit. And I'm just gonna taste it and see how it is. I'd say it's a pretty good dal makhani. Definitely very flavorful, very creamy, very delicious. A little bit on the spicy side, but that's how I like it. So there we have it. Maki dal, dal makhani, whatever you want to call it. makhani dal. Done. Hey, how's the dal?
Oh my god. It's dhaba style.
Wow.
Wow.
Biggest compliment ever.